Right, can you see me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, okay. So this is going to be a short video on how when we install a twin skin canopy, how we go about doing it as an assist for other installers and people who are doing it themselves. So basically, we've removed the canopy that was in this space. This one happens to have a liner in it. It doesn't matter if it's got a liner or not. It's just a way of connecting it into the chimney system. But essentially, the first thing we're going to do now we've got a clear space to work at is using the level, put the level at the base of where we are running the against the back wall. In this case, sometimes we'll put it at 600, which is because we need to know what the height is there. But this particular fire's got a kick out on it, so to be honest with you, most of the time we'll start with it. Put the bottom of the level at 600 because that's where the bottom of the canopy is going to be, and then we're trying to find a level back to front to see where the back edge of the inner canopy is going to fit, because that sets us up for roughly what we're going to be doing on the installation in terms of the register plate or such like. We've also used a laser measure to measure the height. So this one's 1.5. No, it's 1. What is it? This is 1853 from the half to the where we're going to put in the register plate. This one's actually already got one in. So we deduct 600 from that. That's 1250. That's giving us an idea of what height we're looking to be for the top of the inner canopy that we're going to be connecting. Our inner canopy on this occasion is 1.5 meters. We're good. We've got to cut it down, but we're good. I've also checked the outer canopy. The outer canopy on this case is being made at 1250. So that's going to need to be cut down a little bit lower because we need a 50mm gap from the top of the outer canopy to wherever the register plate is going to be. It's already in this particular case. It's going to be at 1853, which equates to 1250 odd. So we're going to cut the outer canopy down by about 50mm. But essentially what we're going to do is we are going to, once we know our position at the back of the canopy, we're then going to work to create a fixing through the register plate at the height that we want it. And then we will allow us to connect the inner canopy onto the liner. In this case, we will then use the frame to mount the inner canopy to that register plate so that it can't move around at the top. That would be the connection if there wasn't a liner, and we would seal that into the register plate. And at the bottom, we'll fix the back edge of the inner canopy against this back wall. Once we've got the inner canopy in, we'll seal the bottom edge of the inner canopy to the back wall so no smoke can get up the back of it. And then we've basically got a working canopy then, but it doesn't look very pretty. So what we're going to do then is we're going to install the outer canopy over that at the same height. We use, when we're installing, we've got these adjustable trestles that we use, one each side, which means we can set the height. So we set them to 600, rest the inner canopy on it, and then we can work around that. Say I'm going to hold the thing up and prop it up, but you need to find something that you can create a 600mm high off the hearth safe platform to rest the canopies on. Once the inner canopy's in, we'll then also put the outer canopy onto those. Once we've got it cut to height, and then we can then fix the outer canopy. That's got to be centered left to right so that it's in the center of the inner. The center of the outer is in the same plane as the inner, and it's also got to be parallel to the sides. So you may have to splay the back of the outer canopy because they tend to just kick in a bit when we make them. So you'll make sure they're parallel so that the sides aren't at a different angle to the sides of the inner, and it's nice and square. Also, but the outer canopy is level on the bottom, which the inner canopy needs to be as well. Showing the top fixing for the outer canopy. So the way this works is, what you do is once the inner canopy is installed, completely installed, through the register plate and everything, at the height that you choose, where the top of the outer canopy is going to be, 50mm below the top, you fix this whole frame to the inner canopy using the two side drops here that have got holes in them to fix with Tek screws through into this. So that means you end up with this arrangement at whatever height you need it, just below the top of the outer canopy. So once that's on, when you then fit the outer canopy over this, it literally slides over, and then you can fix through the outer canopy into these sides here, and if there's any space, you can even fix into the front, which will secure the top of the outer canopy, and then it goes into the back wall at the base. What you do then is you fix the outer canopy into the back wall on the same, roughly the same height, so the bottom's the same height as the inner, no lower, can't be lower. Fix it into the back wall. Okay, so just another quick video in the process of installing this twin skin canopy. So you can see here, we've got our inner canopy fixed firm, okay? And it's fixed firm because it's fixed against the back wall of the fire. Yeah, it's sealed against the back wall of the fire. And it is also fixed into the register plate at the top. Now, if you can come up and have a look up there, Les. You might have to use the... You got him? So can you see the frame there? There's the angle frame round the outside, which is tech screwed into the register plate, and then tech screwed into this. It's a 360 frame. So this thing cannot go anywhere. It can't go anywhere front, back, left, right. It cannot go up and down. It's also screwed to the back wall, so it cannot go anywhere. It's solid. It's set at 600 mil above the hearth. Okay. Now that could be just straight into the register plate, sealed in with rope, with fire cement, into the register plate, done. This particular one has got a MA adapter on the top into a flex liner. So that's actually a closure plate. It's not a register plate, but it's doing the same job as far as fixing this inner canopy to the fireplace. So this is actually a working fire now. It's a working canopy. We've already draw tested this, warmed the flue for 10 minutes, put a smoke bomb in, and all the smoke went out the chimney. So we've tested this. This is a working canopy, but it doesn't look very pretty. So the next step is going to be putting the outer canopy over the top of this. Okay. So this is just a extra bit to show the kick plate that this particular canopy's got on, and the reason is that brick section there, look, is pushing the bottom of the grate out 115 mil in this case. So we've put a kick plate on which pushes the back of the canopy forward. It's got a 45-degree angle on it, but it pushes the canopy forward, so the back of the canopy is lining up with the back of the fire grate. If we hadn't done that, we'd have lost 100 mil, best part of 100 mil of the workable area of the canopy, because the grate would have been pushed out to here, and that's clearly miles in front of the canopy. So that's why we've done that. And I say we've draw tested this one, and it works. Important little side point, but it is important. Over there is the air vent that we put in. Air vents are an integral part of a working canopied open fire arrangement. Okay, so this is just a quick video on how to use the flue baffle control on a twin skin canopy. So essentially, attached to this bar in the same line as this is a baffle plate inside here. So the way that you would operate it is essentially as a sideways movement and an up and down movement. It's currently in the open position. As you can see, the bar's pointing down, which means the baffle's pointing down. If I tilt it up, go all the way up past halfway, and then if you see, if I just slide it to the left till it stops, and when it comes down, it stays in the closed position. If I want to open it now, all I have to actually do is slide it to the right, drop it down, and now it's open. So to go up, close it again, all the way up, across, back to the left, and down, and it will stay there. To open it, pull it to the right, and it drops